Jack Allen's Kitchen, one of our favorite. He cooks great local fresh food out at the Y in Oak Hill. If you haven't been there, you need to get there because it is great cooking. What are you cooking today?
Well, thanks for having us, number one.
Yeah, thank you for being here, of course.
When you start hearing about egg recalls and things like that, it really starts to make you wonder where your food comes from.
Yes.
And we really care at Jack Allen's Kitchen. So I spend a lot of time with the local farmers market, and I want to know where food comes from. I want to know how safe it is. And I can tell you right now, Jack Allen's Kitchen, our eggs are free-range chicken eggs, and they're perfectly fine and healthy.
Good, and they're all local, right?
Very local.
Excellent.
And when we talk about local, we try to stay as local as possible.
Yes.
I've got a farmer that's growing us some farm-raised salmon. We're going to do a farm-raised salmon, crispy salmon dish today. And then we're going to do some local greens and some Texas crab salad, things like that.
Love that.
What I want you to do is just get your pan really hot with a little bit of butter in it. And I'm trying not to smoke out your studio again. But if it happens, don't worry, we'll be all right.
We don't want the fire hose to turn on.
So basically what you want to do is sear it on one side. It's a real thin piece of salmon. We cut it that way so it cooks quickly. We want it to be really, really crispy. So it's going to be about a minute on that side and a minute on the other side.
The one thing about salmon is it cooks really quickly, so you can, run in really quickly, 15 minutes, prepare a nice little dish.
Absolutely, and do this on the grill or do this outside. And the thing about salmon, too, you can eat it medium rare or medium. It's really, really good.
Awesome. So, and it's healthy. It's good for you, too, isn't it?
It's extremely healthy.
Yeah.
But we're going to take the health out of it a little bit.
Some good food, you have to, you have to balance it out a little bit.
The tomatoes are growing out of Pedernales Valley Farms in Fredericksburg. Really, really nice tomatoes right now. We have some microgreens right out of Bella Verde Farms in Dripping Springs. Microgreens got a little mustard, arugula, and a little bit of basil, and their microgreens means real small. If you let them grow, they'll just get bigger and bigger. But when they're micro, they're a little more intense. So this is perfect, as you can tell. We're going to flip it over. And the thing about fish, it tells you when it wants to get flipped up. Don't move it around too early or it'll stick to the pan. When it gets white around the edges, it's ready.
And you know.
It's ready.
Now, people going out to the farmers market, many people do this on Saturdays. What are some of the important questions they should ask the farmers about the food?
Well, number one, at farmers market, there's 4 farmers market now here in town. Cedar Park, Sunset Valley, Barton Creek, and then the one downtown. You'll see the same farmers day in, day out, every time you go. The farmers, sometimes the wife is at one market and the husband's at the other one.
Yeah.
But just develop a relationship. I mean, you go in there and they want you to be there. They want to know your name. You want to know their name. So it's kind of one of those things where you're going to be in awe what Mother Nature is producing right now.
Yeah.
And then you can just say, hey, what are you going to have next week? Or are you going to have apples this week so I can count on them next week?
Right.
So just talk to them. And they want to sell you great product. They're real proud about it. They're very, very passionate about what they do. So just go have fun. But hit each stand. And then go home and figure out what you're going to make.
Yeah.
That's the thing to do.
Just be creative, huh, once you get everything back home.
That's the thing. Now, look at this salmon. It's ready.
That's beautiful.
So we make a roasted tomatilla sauce at the restaurant. We lay it down on the plate. And then we're going to put the salmon right on top. And this salmon's a perfect medium rare.
That's beautiful. And it smells so good.
Perfect medium rare. So we're going to put it right there. And then we're going to dress our microgreens with a little bit of Texas crab. A little Texas lime and lemon olive oil. This is right at the farmer's market at the Olive Ranch. And then we make a dressing at the restaurant with a little bit of ketchup, horseradish, and a little bit of mayonnaise and some other seasonings. We just make a real nice tossed salad.
That's awesome. So
this
easy.
Is really, really a healthy part of it. This is probably the healthiest thing we do.
That's beautiful.
It's kind of one of those takes on hot and cold. Hot salad, cold salad, hot salmon, and you're going to get a lot of textures from the crispiness of the salmon.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that cool?
And it's so simple. I mean, it took just a few minutes.
It is.
That's awesome.
At Jack Allen's, it's all about value, too. That will cost you $16.99.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if you don't know where Jack Allen's Kitchen is, it is at the Y at Oak Hill. Here is the location right here, 7720 West Highway 71. And if you want to know more about what they serve, go to jackallenskitchen.com. Well, I'm going to take a bite of this while Rhonda talks to you about the weather. Thank you, Jack, for being here.
You know, I forgot my lunch today, and it's always when you forget your lunch that you're suddenly the hungriest.
That is good. Well, if you need lunch, take a bite of this. That is great.
I will.